Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports. I'm your host, Robert. NFL Week 13. Whew. Getting down to the nitty gritty. 11 games done, 5 games to go. So, now it's the playoff push. AFC playoff picture looks like this. New England Patriots 10-1. Cincinnati Bengals 9-2, Denver Broncos 9-2, Indianapolis Colts 6-5, Kansas City Chiefs 6-5, Houston Texans 6-5. On the outside looking in are 2 6-5 teams, the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then the Raiders and the Bills coming in 2 games behind that at 5-6, or 1 game behind at 5-6, and then 2 teams at 4-7. NFC, we got Carolina 11-0, the only unbeaten team left. Arizona 9-2, Minnesota 8-3, Washington 5-6, but they're leading the NFC East, tied with the Giants. And then Green Bay at 7-4, Seattle 6-5, Falcons on the outside looking in at 6-5. We have Tampa Bay, the Giants, and the Bears at 5-6. 4 teams at 4-7. So multiple teams in almost a must-win situation if they're looking at making the playoffs. Thursday night, we have an NFC North matchup. We have the Green Bay Packers coming off their Thanksgiving game at 7-4 versus Detroit Lions at 4-7, also coming off of Thanksgiving. Packers are 1-5, 1-4 in the last 5, 2-2 in the division this year. Lions 3-2 in their last 5, 2-2 in the division. Detroit has won 3 out of 4 versus Green Bay. They're 2-0 in the last 2, 3-2 in the last 5, and they beat Green Bay in Green Bay 18-16 on November 15th. The line on this game is Green Bay by 3. I'm taking Detroit to win. I'm giving Detroit the 3 points, and they'll cover the 3 under on the 46.5. I got Detroit upsetting Green Bay at home. Next, we have the Houston Texans, who are currently in the playoffs at 6-5 versus the Buffalo Bills 5-6. Texans are 4-1 in the last 5 games. The line on this is Buffalo by 3 at home. Taking Houston. Houston's looking good right now. Offensively, they're barely in the playoffs. They're 5-way tie at 6-5. 3 of the 5 teams are in the playoffs. Buffalo is right behind them at 5-6, so this is kind of a must-win for both teams. Texans want to stay in the playoff hunt, and Bills want to be in the playoff hunt. I'm taking Houston to win. They'll cover the 3 points. I'm taking under on the 41.5. Next, we have the 3-8 San Francisco 49ers versus the 5-6 Chicago Bears. Bears are 3-2 in their last 5, but they're only 2-5 in conference. Chicago's favored by 7 at home. The way Cutler's been playing in the last few weeks, and then as bad as the 49ers are, Chicago's favored by 7 at home. I have them winning and covering. I'm taking over on the 43.5 points. Next, we have an AFC North matchup. We have the top versus the bottom. We have the 9-2 Cincinnati Bengals versus at airtime 2-8 Cleveland Browns. I'm filming this before Monday Night Football, being Cleveland and Baltimore. A 3-7 and 2-8 team on Monday Night Football. I don't care who wins, whatever. I only care about my picks, and I think I picked Baltimore to win that. So we'll just pretend Cleveland's 2-9. They're 0-5 in their last 5. They're 1-2 in the division. Cincinnati's on a roll, blowing out St. Louis last week. Cincinnati's favored by 7 on the road. I have them winning, covering, and over on the 44 points. We have Baltimore Ravens 3-7 currently. Once they beat Cleveland on Monday Night Football, they'll be 4-7 versus the 4-7 Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are 1-4 in the last 5, 2-6 in conference. Miami's actually favored by 5.5 here. I just don't like the way the Dolphins are playing right now. I'm taking Baltimore to win. I'll give them the 5.5, but Miami will cover the 5.5. So I got Baltimore winning. The line is 5.5. Miami's covering that 5.5, and I'll take over on the 44. Seattle at 6-5 versus Minnesota at 8-3. Both teams are 4-1 in their last 5. Minnesota is favored by 1 point at home. The way Peterson's playing, the way Bridgewater's playing, I really like the Vikings in this. They're looking good this year. Seattle's starting 0-2 with Cam Chancellor out. They're starting to come back. Russell Wilson coming off 5 touchdowns. I believe it was 4 or 5 touchdowns last week. Their offense is starting to pick up. Yeah, Jimmy Graham is gone for the year, but he really wasn't a big part of the offense. If they can get Marshawn Lynch rolling, they'll be even better. But I think Minnesota at home, Wade Peterson's running. So I get Minnesota winning, covering the 1 point, and taking over into 41.5. Next, we have the what's the name of the stadium in New York? Whatever the hell the name of the stadium in New York is. We have the Jets and the Giants, formerly known as the Meadowlands, whatever the hell this new stadium's called. I should know. Oh God, the hell. Gillette Stadium? No, it's New England. God, I just don't know. It's New York, New Jersey Stadium. This is the 14th meeting all time with the Jets and the Giants. They've been sharing the stadium since 1984. Giants lead the overall series 8-4. Jets are favored by 1. I guess it's a home game, but it's a road game. They're favored by 1, Giants. So I'm picking the Giants to win because they're at home. Either or, they're both home teams. I got the Giants winning. I give them the 1 point. So cover the 1 point, taking over on the 45. NFC West matchup, we have the Arizona Cardinals, formerly known as the St. Louis Cardinals, versus the St. Louis Rams, formerly known as the Los Angeles Rams, formerly known as the Cleveland Rams, which the Cardinals are formerly known as Chicago. The Cardinals went from Chicago to St. Louis to Arizona, while the Rams went from Cleveland to LA, back to St. Louis, and back to LA next year. Probably. 9-2 Arizona Cardinals versus the 4-7 Rams. Cardinals 5-0 in their last 5, while the Rams are 1-4 in their last 5. But the Rams are 3-0 in the division this year. They beat Arizona in Arizona 24-22 on October 14th or on October 4th. But God, the Rams are just fucking horrible. It's like Fisher's trying to lose. That interception in the red zone yesterday, just kind of really wondering why not. Tavon was had 2 big runs on that drive, had a 60-yard run and a 5-yard, a couple drives before, had a 60-yard run, had a 5-yard touchdown run. You did a wildcat end around basically with Gurley and Tavon. Why not keep doing that? Force them to stop Tavon, get the ball in his hands and Gurley's hands, but yet you throw to Jared Cook and it's tipped and intercepted. I think Fisher's trying to lose. I think the Rams think if they lose, they can leave St. Louis easier. I'm taking Arizona to win this in St. Louis. Arizona's favored by 5.5. I get them winning and covering. I'm taking over on the 43. Next, we have the 6-5 Atlanta Falcons versus the 5-6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks are 3-2 in their last 5. Jameis Winston's playing pretty good for his rookie year. Bucks are favored by 1 at home. I got them winning and covering. I'm taking over on the 46.5. AFC South matchup, we have the 4-7 Jacksonville Jaguars versus the 2-9 Tennessee Titans. Tennessee's favored by 2.5 at home. I'm picking Jacksonville to win. I'll give them the 2.5. They'll cover it and be under on the 43. AFC West matchup here, we have the rolling Kansas City Chiefs starting the season 1-5, won 5 straight at 6-5 now, versus the 5-6 Oakland Raiders. Kansas City has beat Oakland 3 out of the last 4 times they played. This is the 113th meeting all time. Kansas City leads the overall 58-52-2. Kansas City is favored by 2.5 on the road. I have them winning, covering, and over on the 44. AFC West matchup, we have the Denver Broncos at 9-2, coming off of that beating of New England last week on Sunday Night Football, versus San Diego Chargers 3-8. Brock Osweiler, I think it's how you pronounce this, 2-0 as a starter, beating the Bears and the Patriots. I don't think the Chargers are going to be a big deal for him. Denver's favored by 4.5 on the road. I have them winning, covering, and over on the 43. Next, with the Philadelphia Eagles at 4-7 versus the New England Patriots 10-1. 4-1 in their last 5. They lost last week to Denver. Patriots are favored by 9 at home. Yeah, Philadelphia, I don't know what's going to fix Chip Kelly's offense. Maybe RG3 next year, maybe Colin Kaepernick, maybe a combination of both, maybe Johnny Manziel's the third quarterback. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? They need to do something in Philadelphia. because this game is going to be horrible. Because I think New England's just going to throw the ball and just fucking run all the hell over them with LeGarrette Blount. Favored by 9 at home. I got New England winning and covering under on the 49. NFC South matchup, we have Carolina Panthers 11-0 versus the New Orleans Saints, 4-7. Obviously, Panthers 5-0 in their last 5, 2-0 in the division. They're favored by 7.5 on the road. I got them winning, covering, and I am taking over on the 49.5 points. On to Sunday Night Football. We have the 6-5 matchup: Indianapolis Colts versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Currently, Colts are in the playoffs, but the Steelers are out. Colts are 4-3 in the AFC versus the AFC. Steelers are 3-4 versus the AFC. So that's why the Colts are in. Steelers are out. Must win for the Steelers if they want to make the playoffs. But they're favored by 7 at home. But I got the Colts and the Colts and Matt Hasselbeck winning this. Colts are playing great football right now. 3-2 in their last 5. I got Colts winning. I'll give them 3 points on that win. And I'll cover the 3. I'm taking under on the 47. And Monday Night Football next week. In the NFC East matchup, we have the 3-8 Dallas Cowboys versus the 5-6 Washington Redskins. Cowboys are 3-0 with Romo this year. They're 0-8 without Romo. And Romo's out for the rest of the season. Re-broke his collarbone. So, yeah, Washington favored by 4 at home. They win. They cover. Under on the 42. So that will wrap up Week 13 of the NFL season. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show and have a spiffy night. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channels.